All right, everybody, welcome back to another online lesson. We are again on explaineverything.com, and today we're going to learn about the proper use and results of reflectors in our photography. All right, so first thing is I'm going to show you a little bit about what I mean. So let's talk about reflectors. Okay, so here's the setup that I had. We have four types of reflectors. We have a black tabletop, we have a black backdrop, and we have a light. And of course, we have a subject. In these photos that I'm going to show you, the subject is an orange. It's actually a tangerine, which is a type of orange, but we're not going to get into that. All right, so we're talking about reflectors today. In this lesson, the goal is that you will be able to identify proper reflectors for the look that you're going for in the photo. It would be my goal that at least 80% of the students will be able to properly use the reflectors 80% of the time. Let's get into the actual reflectors. We have four types of reflectors. We have gold, we have silver, we have white, we have black. I'm going to get into some of them right now. Right here in this photo, we have gold and silver. So the different looks that you're going to get from them, they're both metallic colors, so they're both going to be very reflective, okay? And they're also going to be like a very shiny reflective, okay? And so these reflectors that you see in this photo would be placed over in here in the corner. You want to put reflectors kind of on the opposite side of the light. So you can see the light is right here, shining down on the subject, which would be about right in here. And so the reflector would be over on this side, kind of giving more light to the back side of the subject. What this does is it gives the shadow more light, meaning it's going to create less of a shadow. And that's the whole purpose of reflectors. All right. More or less. Some reflectors are a little different, but I'll get into that in a second. All right. So let's go over to our other setup. Same setup, but different reflectors. So you can see here, now we have a white and a black reflector. Now the white reflector, as I stated before, the gold and silver reflectors are going to give a very shiny metallic reflection of the light. The white, it's going to be a very soft reflection. Okay, it can sometimes be a little hard to see the difference. You should easily be able to see the difference between a silver and a gold reflection because they're metallic and they're bouncing off the most amount of light. White creates a soft light. Soft versus hard light means it's not as harsh, right? So soft is not a harsh light. And because of that, it doesn't give off as much light, but then it also doesn't create as much shadows on the backside. We're not really worried about the shadows on the backside because the whole purpose of this reflection, of these reflectors, is to cut down on the shadows. Now, interestingly enough, talking about shadows, the black reflector, it's not a reflector. It's not going to reflect any light. If you know properties of the color black, black absorbs light. So what that's actually going to do in your photos is it's going to absorb light, and that's going to make your shadows bigger or stronger, more intense. And so if you wanted more shadows, you would use one of these black reflectors like this. And I'm not saying one is better than the other. They all just create a different look and a different feel, right? So I'm about to show you some pictures. In all of these pictures, we use the same setup. The light, same angle, reflectors, roughly the same angle, other than human error of how I was holding it while I was taking the photo. The same black backdrop, same black tabletop, and same subject. Okay, so if I zoom out here, I'll come down here to this little chart. Nope. Okay, so here's the chart. compare the data chart, and this is what you, the student, is going to need to complete. Okay, you're going to look at all of these photos. I have a label as to what reflector was used, but then you're going to rank them. Okay, rank them, 1 being most or best, 5 being least or worst, on where they fall. So here for number 1, shadows. Okay, you're going to look at these. All right, here's 1. All right, compare it to this one. Okay, well, which one has more shadows? Compare it to this one, and that one, and this one, right? And so you're going to, in here, mark down which one has the most shadows, which one has the least shadows. Then the same thing for the highlights. Which one has the most highlights, which one has the least highlights. And lastly, you're going to kind of apply all of this basic knowledge and kind of give me what your opinion is, what you think is the best for this type of photo. This is just a very simple photo of an orange. There's nothing special about it, but what do you think is the best, right? And that's preference. So again, 1 is you think is the best photo because of it. Maybe you think the black is the best because it creates more shadows and it makes it a darker picture. Or maybe you think gold is the best because maybe you think, it shows more of the orange, whatever, right? That's going to be up for you to decide. All right. And so all of the information that I just went over is all here on the same explain everything page. So you can go back and review it and kind of look at it and see what your answers are. All right.